Hello everyone. Welcome to Gold Nugget JAW_success. If this is your first time to the channel, let me welcome you. If you have already subscribed, let me thank you for joining me on this growth path. Today my nugget is continue to do what you do until you get your first one. Now, there are many things that says to us that you can succeed overnight. I've been looking on the channels, and one of the things that I have seen is individuals saying, let me teach you how to sell $1 million without having money. Let me tell you how to write this book. Let me show you how to play this card. And there's a lot going on. Let me tell you, it is not that easy. And a lot of the individuals who you see say, let me tell you how to do this, they themselves require you to pay a subscription. They themselves require you to fork out some money, sometimes something out of your pocket. And oftentimes, a lot of the successes that you see happen did not happen overnight. So first and foremost in this nugget, I want to tell you, success doesn't come overnight. It comes from consistently working at something, at your own passion, at your own dream. Yes, it may take coaches such as myself, such as others. It will take some level of belief in what you are doing beyond the norm, and it will take long hours and effort. It won't come easy. But until you get your first one that propels everything else afterwards, then you're going to have to remain consistent. You're going to have to remain doing those little things until, in one of the earlier nuggets, I say do the little things until the big things come. All right. So until you get the first one, until you get that first novel that will sell you, until you get that first song that will propel you getting a contract, until you get that first movie role, until you get that good job, you're gonna have to be consistent at doing the little things. For example, let me use this. Sometimes the individual who we see win the competition, all right, whether it be Britain Got Talent, America Got Talent, The Voice, or whichever big production there is, the individual who won, oftentimes if you look at their background, they have gone through many struggles, they have gone through many issues, they have faced, as it were, the devil look him in the eye and say, I am not giving up. And this is what you will have to do before you get that first one. You're going to have to go through the little struggle. One individual said they sang in bars. They sang along the street side. Nobody knew them. Right now we know them. But when they were cleaning in the shop, when they were that little clerk in the store shop, in Mega Mart, in Amazon, wherever they were, nobody knew them. But they came to the stage, they got a break, they got the big one, and they keep working at it, right? So don't let the fact that you're not accomplishing the big one yet deter your spirit. It will come. Keep working at it. Keep doing it. Keep making your mistakes and correcting your mistakes, because the more you make your mistakes and the more you correct them and the more you ask others to help you correct your mistakes and so forth and so forth, it's the closer you're getting to that big one. All right? So it's like an athlete training. The more they train, the more they discipline themselves, the more they correct certain flaws about them, it's the better they become. I remember some years ago, our own Usain Bolt, You know, when his coach Glenn Mills took him up, one of the things that Glenn Mills said is that he looked at him and saw that he ran in a particular way, and until he fixed that problem, you know, of basically straightening him up to some degree, not sure if that was the perfect statement, but after correcting that whatever little deformity in his running, we know the end product of that, right? And that is what we do until we get the first big one. We correct those little deformities, we work on those little kinks, and we keep impressing on ourselves and on others that this is the way that I'm going to go forward to doing it. Okay. A matter of fact, let me go back to what I said earlier on about American Idol or Britain Got Talent or any other shows that you have. The individual who wins, all right, oftentimes they are not the ones who are the most known, all right, because sometimes individuals come second or third and they are more known than the ones that win. Why? Because the ones who came second, you know, they never got comfortable on the fact that they won, or they never won, and so they depended upon the record label, they depended upon the winning money, so to speak, to give them that propellant into their first one. What they did is the background. What they did is afterwards, they worked at what they have. They consistently realized that they can't depend on anyone else. And before you get your big one, this is one of the key things that I am going to say to you. You cannot rely on everyone else. You cannot rely on anyone else. There is something that I normally say to my son, and this is, in your future, in your success, you cannot be a participant. You cannot be a passenger. You're going to have to be the driver. And until you get your first one, until you get that big one, you're going to have to be the driver. You're going to have to get up, push yourself. You're going to have to get up and tell yourself that even though this looks difficult and this is hard, I'm still going to push towards it. I'm still going to work on it until I get to where I want to go. All right. So until you get your big one, suffer. Yeah, you heard me right. Until you get your big one, suffer. Suffer the rejection. Suffer the long hours. Suffer the pain of doing that which everybody else is criticizing and everybody else is saying it won't work, until you get your big one. Right? Write 1,000 not so good one. Sing 1,000 off-key ones. Dance something that rub off your toes, bruise your ego. Do what it needs to be done, because if you don't suffer, if you don't go through the crisis or the pressure of doing those little ones, you will never really get to that place where you get the big one. And even if you get to the big one early, without suffering, without going through the pain of learning what it takes to have the big one, you will gain the big one, but you will not sustain the big one. And so this is what I am saying to you in this nugget. Until you gain that break, until you gain that opportunity to do what you do best on the big stage, do what you do best right where you are at the little states with the little people around you, and in the end you will get the big one. This is JAW saying, by all means, create a way out. Bye. God bless.